Hi.
Hey, how are you?
You look so beautiful.
Oh, thank
I
you.
mean, the red lip and the background, you look gorgeous.
Thank you. Well, that means a lot coming from you because you're like gorgeous. So,
Stop. That's very sweet. No, I have a lot of professional help, but not today. So you can
you
see
look
I'm
gorgeous today. You look amazing.
very sweet. I'm coming to you from my teenage bedroom in
Are you
Louisville,
serious?
Kentucky.
Ah,
Yeah. So you
that's so
can see this
funny.
this angsty dark purple in the background.
I love it. That is so cool. Oh, I
Very
love it.
weird.
That's
With
great.
like I got my old school landline that's
Oh
not
my
plugged into
gosh.
anything.
I
There's all
love
kinds of goodies.
that. That is so cool. Well, I am so excited to talk to you because I'm a huge fan and I
Oh,
can't miss the Daily Show. I know you're on hiatus right now,
yes,
but
thank
you'll
you.
be coming back soon because we need you.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will say we normally get a couple of weeks off in August. This time we have a couple additional weeks, and it we did need it. I do think we needed it. It feels really good to be back home spending time with family. I kind of can't help but to track news stories here and there, but I'm trying very hard to disconnect and try not to give it too much energy just for these few precious weeks.
I was wondering about that. Like, I was wondering if, like, when you do decompress, like, do you have to, like, how do you decompress when you can't, like, necessarily go online? I mean, some people
Go
just
into
try
my
to avoid that anyway.
bunker.
Yeah.
I zip up. I put my phone in a safe deposit box. I go into my bunker and I just hide from the world for 30 days. No, you kind of can't avoid it. But I do try really hard to set a timer. I don't know if you've ever tried this. I'm not great at abiding by it, but I will set a timer on my phone in engaging with social media. So Instagram,
Well, I
Blue
need to.
Sky, Threads, I will set a timer so I can only do it for, 5 minutes a day, and then it will alert me when it's time to set it down.
Okay, then I need to do that. That sounds like a good plan, a good thing to do. Um, what's a typical week like for you when you are manning the desk or cool manning the desk, as I like to think of it as?
Yes.
Because I'm sure it's probably a little different than the other weeks.
Definitely. Yes, it's very different. There are there's some similarities, but yeah, it's like running a marathon every day. I mean, just top to bottom. The pace is so intense. But it's such a thrill. I always get like a little bit nervous the day before hosting, the day before, around Sunday, Monday, I start to kind of get like a little anxious. What am I going to talk about? What are the top stories? Am I prepped with the guests? Have I read the entire book? Have I done all the research? And then Tuesday comes around and there's no time to overthink anything. You just have to make quick decisions. You got to trust the team. And then it's all going to change at 4:15 every day anyway. So, yeah, I usually spend the weekend before hosting doing as much research as I possibly can, at least on all the guest stuff. So I'm prepared and I'm ready, and then I don't have to really do that during the news cycle week.
Yeah.
So I try to get ahead of the game a little bit with our guests and in being prepped. And then I set that aside, and Sunday I start digging into all the Sunday morning shows. I watch what people are talking about, if there are any themes happening, what the top stories seem to be. I'll make some notes. I'll send it to the team to start maybe gathering a little bit of footage. We have a really fun meeting every day in the afternoon at 2:45 called Laughternoon, and that's where we all the writers sit in a room, and the host for whoever's hosting the next day will watch a collection of clips and yell out jokes. And sometimes things form in those early meetings, so we'll have a little something prepped on the side if we need it.
That sounds like Mystery Science Theater 3000 only for politics.
Totally. Totally. That's exactly what it is. Yes. And so we'll try to get ahead a little bit as we can, but then, the news cycle will move so incredibly quickly. 11 more stories will come out by the time
Yeah.
posting day comes around. And then, a lot of times, I will say it happens a lot more frequently now. We will have a full show written for rehearsal. We rehearse at 3 o'clock, and then news will break right after rehearsal, and we will do a page one top to bottom
Wow.
rewrite because that news might just overtake the day.
Yeah.
We technically still can. There's like a window of time when you can do a rewrite like that.
Yeah.
And so that has happened quite a few times where we will just do a full rewrite and cold read it for the audience, and that's where we're at. But that's part of the fun of the show.
You guys always seem on top of everything. Like I never feel like you're behind or and unless it's like something that happens like at midnight after you taped. Like you always feel like very like on top of everything. And that's a really a tribute to all of you guys. You do great work. So
Thanks for saying that. I'm glad it feels that way. The team is incredible, and it all starts with Jen Flans, our showrunner, who is really like no one can run it like her. That's the truth. But everyone works really, really hard, and it does run like a machine. I think the fact that we have a very specific structure in place, we've been doing it long enough to know this is how we get the show made. Everything
yeah.
has to be in at a certain time. And so if that structure is there and we abide by that, then the creative stuff can be malleable and flexible as the day goes on. We can pivot as needed, but we've got the structure in place to make sure
Yeah.
it gets turned in on time.
How's it been rotating anchors? Like I feel like you guys have been doing this for maybe over a year, a couple years now. I mean,
Yeah.
I like do you guys you must I mean, I love it because it's like, oh, this is a Desi
Good.
week. Oh, this is a Ronnie week. Oh, this, like
Oh,
I love kind of like because you guys each have your own style, like and
totally.
news, and I love that. And but how's it been for you?
We love it. I mean, it's so much fun because it's like you get to go all in on your hosting week and to get to try out this new skill. And there's a huge learning curve. Being a correspondent is totally different from hosting the show. So to be, I've been at the show almost 10 years now, and to get to be there
Yeah.
for that long, but to get to try to be trusted to try this whole other thing that allows me to grow and expand and learn. It's been really exciting creatively, and then to get to do that with your buddies. Like Jordan started about a year before I did, so he's been there for a long time, off and on. Costa started maybe 9 years ago. Ronnie and I started on the very same day together. We're all really good friends, and we love working together and learning how to host. Like I said, it's a whole other thing, and it can feel very solitary. It could feel very
Sure, yeah.
lonely if you're the only one doing it. But the fact that we get to learn how to do this and then check in with each other and ask each other for advice and lean on each other when we need it, and then to be able to look to John and go
Yeah.
ask him for advice, and to watch him do it every Monday and go, oh, okay, that's how it's done, and
Yeah.
taking notes. And it just is, for me, it feels like the perfect setup.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about you. So yeah, you've been with the show for 10 years, and Comedy Central has changed a lot. TV has changed a lot. What's it like to see that evolution of like even the fact that like South Park is now like streaming and what's it been like to be on that ride?
It's crazy. It's pretty crazy. I mean, listen, like I am grateful that the show has been around for over 25 years, and the fact that we've managed to pivot through all kinds of different historical events. I think it's been like 7 different administrations, 8 different elections. We've had pandemics, we've had entertainment changes, we've had, corporate ownership changes, all kinds
Yeah.
of things. And fortunately, somehow miraculously, we've been able to hold on during this whole time. And, at the end of the day, all we want to do is to try to make the best shows that we possibly can to bring some sort of levity and humor to our audience, to, maybe help start conversations, make people think, and call out BS where we see it. And, fortunately, we've been able to continue to do that. And I hope that continues.
Me too. And I wanted to ask you, I know there's been a lot of discussion about like the death of late night, especially with Colbert's cancellation. Um, what do you think of late night? I think late night TV is still important. I think it's just more saturated. I listen to you guys on as a podcast because I can't stay up that late.
Oh, yeah.
But like, so
I know the
like,
feeling. Yeah.
yeah, so like, and I would stay up. Actually, I probably could now since I have been staying up later lately. But like, I love listening to you guys at like when I'm doing work in the morning, like catching up. It's like, oh, I'm listening. But
Yeah.
like, I wanted to hear about what did you think about? Do you think late night like these types of shows are dying, or do you think they're just changing?
I hope not. I hope they're not dying. There is absolutely a change happening in the way that people are consuming content in general. I mean, we've seen it happen for quite some time, and yes, I mean, the Colbert News was a great shock and incredibly disheartening, particularly because he's also Daily Show family, and
Yeah.
I adore him just as a talent and as a person. And so that, yeah, that was really shocking and hard for all of us to hear about. But I can't help but to think that the type of content that we make and covering the news, satirizing the news, is still relevant in some way, that sit down interviews are still relevant in some way. They're just being consumed differently. So, fortunately, our team we have an amazing expansion team. Our digital team is on the cusp of how we need to be evolving and making sure that we're engaging with our viewers everywhere, and that people can find us however they want to listen to or watch their news, and we
Yeah.
welcome that. So, I think from what I'm told, the cable structure is a little bit different than the broadcast structure. But I don't know, I don't know how it will evolve in the future, but we're gonna just keep doing what we've been doing as long as we possibly can, and hope that we can still engage with our viewers somehow.
Oh, because we need you. We need you. And that's the other thing I'm worried about. Are you at all worried that like, with there's talk, that Stephen Colbert was canceled because of some political things. Are you at all worried, or is the Daily Show worried about being canceled by, higher authorities?
Yeah, I think I will say, I can say with great certainty, I have never been in a situation where I have been asked to not talk about something. And if you've watched any of John's shows, it's very obvious he does not hold back. No one's
Right.
telling him what to say and what not to
Yeah.
say. So fortunately, we have had that freedom. Um, I really, I hope that continues to be the way, because that's what is in our DNA. We only know how to do that. Um,
Yeah.
and it's incredibly cathartic for all of us. So, we could think about it all day long. I don't know. I don't know what things will look like in the future. I don't think any of us really do. So all we can do is just to keep doing what we know how to do for as long as we're able to do it, and just hope for the best.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to ask you a couple more questions. One is I love your interviews because you do a really good job. I always pay attention as somebody who interviews people. I'm like, those are important parts. So, what do you do to prepare for those interviews? Your Tony Hale one was really funny when you're like talking about Arrested Development and all that. I'm like, this is what I want to hear. Like, this is what I
Oh,
want
that
to ask. Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. That means a lot coming from you, because you are also an excellent interviewer.
Oh, thanks.
So thank you. That means a lot. I just love it. I will tell you, it's the thing I was probably most nervous about coming in to hosting, because I'd never done it before, other than in character out in the field as a correspondent.
Yeah.
Very different. That's a different energy you want to build. But it has become my favorite part of the show. And it's such a gift. I'm sure I hope you get to feel this way too, where like you get to read a book and then say, "Hey, let's see about sitting down with this author. Do you think they would come on the show?" Or you think about who your comedy heroes are and say, "Are they promoting anything anytime soon? Might they come to the show? Is there anything that they feel passionately about they want to talk about?" It is it's such a treat to get to do that. So I will say part of it, the cheat code is being allowed to have people on who I am genuinely really curious about and excited about. I have not had to have anyone on who didn't at least intrigue me and excite me.
Yeah.
And then I just try to do as much prep work as I can. I watch the movies, watch the show, read the book, whatever it is that they're on to talk about. And then hopefully I have seen their work otherwise or read their work even before that. And I'll make my notes, and sometimes I'll listen to other interviews to see if there's anything specific they've talked about that I haven't heard a lot that I have more questions about. And
Yeah.
then I just sort of sit down and follow my own selfish curiosity. That's it.
Okay, we're on the same page then, because that's what I do too. I was reading other interviews with
Oh,
Oh,
good.
good. I'm just like Desi. This is great.
Okay, good. We're doing it. We're doing it the right way. I
Yeah.
feel reassured.
One last question, and this is for my mom too, because we love the way you dress. Because I was telling her,
Oh,
and so I'm sure you have like a stylist, but like, do you pick out like kind of say, hey, I like these types of things. You always look great.
well, thank you for saying that. Our costume designer, Latoya, will be thrilled to hear that. I will text her right after this. She's incredible. She and the whole team does a really great job. And we'll like send each other photos, and I might have an idea of like, oh, I'll see a look somewhere and send it to her and say, "What about something like this?" And then she'll come back with a better version of it or five different options that we can choose from. But yeah, I think we kind of decided that I love a mixture of feminine and masculine. So we play around with that quite a bit, and the idea of wearing a tie, but wearing it in a more relaxed way, or um,
Yeah.
some days like I've worn a skirt, and some days I wear a pantsuit, and so we like to have fun and mix it up in a way that also feels comfortable and that won't feel distracting from the show in any way. But we have a lot of fun with it. I can't take that much credit because she really does a phenomenal job. So I will tell her.
Yes, please. Yeah, I love what she wears. And my mom was like, ask her about this, ask her. So I got to ask about that. So that's great.
That's so
Uh,
sweet. Thank you.
well, thank you so much for this chat. This was so much fun. A huge fan. I can't wait for you guys to come back, and I will be
Oh,
listening or watching or both. So,
I appreciate it. It was so fun to talk to you.
oh,
Thank
great.
you.
Thank
Really
you
means
so
a
much. Have
lot.
a good rest of your vacation.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye, Megan.